sleepers at the wheel and already a map up in the series. They are not going to be looking to go the distance. They want to end it in 2 if they can. Astralis, though, what's the game plan? What's the go-to? It's their map pick in the series, and it's their T-side start. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Those odds are easing up. They're getting closer. They're getting scarier, perhaps, but let the results speak for themselves. 4-8 in this pistol round for NIP. Astralis, they've got a good bit of utility as well. We've got just Popsky on that B site with the smoke. Astralis, they're creepy calling up alt mid as well.
They go on silent boost. They put, well, Dupree made it a little bit louder than perhaps it needed to be. But they get into the apartments now. And Astralis, they've got a bit of a foothold here. Now you'll look at the minimap. You see how many blue circles are in this A site? There's quite a few of them. There's 4 to be exact. I did the counting for you. As now Astralis, they are walking into an even fight. But something tells me this isn't the A commitment. With Bubsky still waiting down the bottom of Banana and these CT smokes landing, they run the gauntlet into CT. Dupree is a living, breathing decoy, and he lives to tell the tale. Dupree gets out of danger. And now the B-Rap's coming in. Plopsky's got to hold the line. Astralis, this is grinded to a halt. They are stuck in CT, and NIP, they just closed the gap. They clothesline Magisk. And this is falling apart. It was a really nice idea, and it looked like it came together in the beginning with Dupree living somehow. But then just slowing down a little too much. This is sweaty as well. Oh, Astralis, you guys do that boost thing in pool? Yeah, that's cool. Here's ours. NIP, they're waiting and see. Bubsky, man, I hate to say it. There's no way you live this. There's no way you survive this peak. And there it is. Twist gonna lock in the pistol. It's 1 on the board for NIP.
Yeah, the reason that falls apart there for Astralis is the fact that they don't know where Plopsky is inside of B. They never had that banana control, so Bubsky is very late to clearing out banana. And as a result, Plopsky's given all the room to fight from CT side, dropping the first man into B from CT with an excellent shot. And then NIP, when they realize what's going on, when they know that it's a fake on A, they just storm through that moto smoke as a 4-man unit running down through CT spawn. It's their territory, and they're going to take it away from Astralis. I love that idea, but Glocks, man, kind of rough, kind of hard to hit those fights against long-range USPs. And NIP, they are looking roaring and ready to go. Through the smoke, the flash is good, but Plopsky's better. Oh, he's churning them up. 2 for him, 2 for Hampus. The pistol's out. Forget the money. Oh, Bubsky wants a bit of a knife action, but it's just not going to happen. Hampus gets the reload off, and NIP find a 2-0 lead. You know what's scary, Harry? Astralis, 3-time major winners, dominant Counter-Strike team in history, some of the most coveted players in this game. They've never won an ESL One Cologne. They've never even gotten past the semi-finals. So for the last 2 years, being left in the semis, being left in the top 4, once by Vitality, once by Na'Vi, this is a scary sight. This time it could be quarters if NIP have their way. And even if Astralis do make it through and get to that semi-final, they've got to face against Vitality, the exact team who locked them out at that grand final placing last year as well. So a lot of history here for Astralis, but not the history they wanted. And this year, it's the year they hope to push it over the line, but NIP will not make it easy for you. 3 SMGs, more grenades down B, triple stack as well. Are they going to trade out players? They actually all have utility, so no need. Very heavy gamble here for the Ninjas, putting the 2 rifles together on this A site. Astralis do get apartments control and banana for free. NIP welcome them into the bomb sites, hoping they'll pick the right one, or for Astralis, the wrong one.
Nork's actually waiting as well with a smoke grenade to drop into this this mouth of banana. And you'll note he's playing in CT, so he can still rotate away once he's dropped that bit of utility. And that's the game plan for NIP. Now, timing is going to be everything here because these players in middle, I love this. They boost over, and this gives them the information that no one's actually out in mid. All this utility's come over, but no one's pushed in yet. And that information is huge to have. Now, they rotate a player away on the back of it, but it was misinformation for NIP. Because this bomb and the rest of Astralis is still here, and as Twist tries to go a little bit further, he gets cut down. Now smokes rain into this B bomb site. That's going to keep these 2 players here, and the bomb was never spotted over in middle. So as Astralis pick up the pace and try and get into the A site, they've only got to worry about North, and they trade onto him. We're into this 3-on-3 thanks to Rez. NIP rotating around. Astralis putting in the numbers to get that bomb planted, and now trying to compose themselves. Magisk has helped out greatly. as he holds down this long side. Magisk even more damage, but not the killing blow they were hoping for. And that's going to leave NIP in a position where they can still look to give this a go, as unlikely as it feels.
And, well, you hit the nail on the head. Unlikely is exactly the truth, with Rez on 4 health and Plopsky not pretty in terms of health either. So Astralis are going to get their first round. I actually love that call as well. They know that NIP are not scared of them. They're not scared of playing against Astralis, and so they want to get that information. They want to confirm or deny whether it's the A site. And so after that long smoke fades, I mean, even before it fades, Astralis have fallen back in middle and just wait for NIP to aggress on this banana flank that's so common when you think your opponents are hitting that B bomb site. Astralis, meanwhile, were throwing the utility into B to sell that fake. And NIP fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. Nork needed multiple if you wanted to make that round realistic. It's the only man left in the site. But now he's got the AWP. So Astralis, this victory lane is going to get harder to cross because NIP full bought. No more triple MP9 into this round. Astralis don't have their AWP in play yet. Banana has just been conceded round after round for Astralis. They've not had the gall to fight back for it yet. Sometimes it's right to respect the smokes, respect the Molotovs, move in late with your own. That's exactly what Astralis have done. Double nade to the top of car. Hampus has some more utility lying in wait, but does he know the device is already through the smoke? He might need to fall off if he wants to stay alive. Double app set up for NIP with the AWP, but it's not looking to be contested just yet. It's top B where device is going to fall. That Galil, a bit of a mess to the M4 of Plopsky. Astralis, they may push this AWP off of the angle out of the apartments, but just posting up on long, already trying to reposition and remain unknown. Astralis looking to 4-man execute into A, which is triple setup right now.
Smoke down long side, and that's going to give them a bit more room to maneuver in the top of middle. Astralis, though, they've got no information to go off of, right? They're going to have to run this round blind, essentially. And it's a pretty safe bet to assume that this A site is going to have 3 players in it. But NIP, they've shown that they're not afraid to randomly take these gamble stacks over towards B. And so Astralis, that's why we see them sending players over here now. You're trying to keep the attention at this B bomb site and force a player away from A. And it's worked. Here comes Nork on this rotation with the AWP. Now they run back. This is where the push has to come in. Temporarily, while they have forced Nork out of the site, it's still a 2-on-2. That's still good odds for NIP. And Nork, he gets back just in time to nail 2 shots. Magis, there's no time for him. It's a 3rd on the board for NIP. Astralis, they try and go for the misdirection. They try and force those rotates away. But committing 2 out of that site push just takes so much firepower out of the A play when it comes in. NIP, they hear the footsteps as well. And them being a man up means they don't need to gamble the rotation of Nork and have him play that B bomb site. He comes back very, very quickly and is still able to have a lot of impact in that round.
Yeah, Twist drops the killer smoke as well on the car. Astralis didn't have the time to wait it out. They just had to go right through into the crossfire from pit and the site. Oh, again, the utility absolutely shredding Astralis in the early round. You have this Galil still saved on Magisk. He's going to hold on to the top of B. NIP, they throw in their grenades and they don't touch it again. We know that they can obviously re-aggress and take this top banana control back, especially when you have 3 players. That is likely. And they've been throwing nades over the roof for chip damage for free. But right now, welcoming Astralis into the site, knowing they're not going to have a lot to work with. Crossfire between Plopsky and Hampus. This flash into pool is being set up, so Hampus can succeed. There's no smoke for CT. Oh, Plopsky caught the nade out in the open. Hampus has to trade. He's got to go above and beyond, but he can only get one. Bubsky with the immediate dig shot, and that gun is stuck in the spawn. They're going to go for it and grab one from the site. Oh dear, still a lurk in middle for Debris. He can be a real issue for Rez's rotation, who's got smoke down in middle. The molly holds these CTs back, and that's allowed Device to take advanced positioning.
Device can hear the footsteps, but he doesn't know just how close the danger is. The double nades, delete Device. There's the rotation from Rez. Poorly timed for Dupree, who gets caught running back to help his teammates out. And now Dupree, he sacrificed himself
no.
so that S-Tag and Bubsky had a chance, but down goes S-Tag, burnt out. The utility takes out half of the players trying to hold that bomb plant. The double nade stack, the Molotov, 2 kills on the back of it, and that leaves you in that hugely favorable situation if you're NIP. It's quite the poetic justice seeing good utility usage come back to wreck Astralis.
How's a taste of your own medicine, boys? Sour, I bet. This is not a sweet start for the Danes, but the Swedes are looking pretty hot to trot right now in Inferno.
I like how the recliner guy has just started like advertising himself now.
I missed it. What did he do?
He's got a big screen up telling people stuff about his, I don't know, I think it's a podcast. I don't know if it was a podcast, but like,
not advertised it very well.
I would watch it, bro. If it's just him sat there in the recliner giving thoughts, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Hampus, he's watching something else. He's watching the half wall. They're already up and past it, but Plopsky is here. So even as they get past that orb, oh, bit of utility. Plopsky, uh-oh, things are heating up. No nades left, and if there was a grenade, Plopsky would be dead meat.
No.
He's able to get out.
That's disgusting.
Oh, well, short-lived.
I thought he'd at least cross to the site, right? That's a little safer, but tries to double his money, get towards the CT spawn, not allowed. Yeah, what's been great for NIP is they know who they're facing against, even though we don't know what to expect from Astralis on this map. We know they're going to be naughty and they're going to throw in these fakes that they've already tried many times. NIP have been holding on to the utility till the very late round, and that's been very beneficial. Twist, though, needs no grenades. It's all about the gunfight. He finds 2 res on the wrap, and Nork with the AWP on this A site. We've not really needed to see him with that weapon, but now coming alive again. 5-1 on him. And NIP, same story. They are looking great right now. Albeit, not a lot of money or really the AWP for Astralis so far on this T side. There's still lots to see. But not much has been seen, despite these fakes, NIP not falling for it. And when they do, they take their time, they group, and they retake really well. Nork with the double AWP as well, alongside Hampus. That's a great shot from Device. That's what we're waiting to see from players on Astralis. There's the other AWP, though, up on the B bomb site. Hampus waiting. Ooh, dear. Device jumps, and Bubsky fights. That's a great bait and switch, and Hampus is going to try and get back. He almost gets stuck on the half wall, but does survive inside a B. Double molly used. That's going to at least guarantee that Astralis can't push, but it will be a lot of the grenades from NIP out to count. Crossing into the pool, Plopsky up for grabs, but he gets Bubsky through the smoke right back after that previous round, the revenge kill. Rez is even spotting middle. He knows they're on pistols, and maybe that should be a bit of confidence, but it's quite the difference maker for Astralis. Double D kills into mid in this round. They've got a good timing, but so is Twist in the backline, spraying for so much damage, but only 1 kill. That gives Astralis the room to plant, and this flank is being hurt.
Oh, Device not quite able to get it. It's Plopsky, and it's Hampus, a.k.a. Yonwick, with those dual Berettas, but he's not able to get in. Hampus dropped immediately, and that there is the save for NIP. Astralis, they get it done just with the Deegs. A nice opening kill from Device. The moment that comes in, that is a tremendous amount of pressure on NIP, right? You lose one to a Deagle force buy, and that's where immediately everyone's thinking, my God, we cannot let them beat us with just pistols. We can't let it happen, guys. We have to really play safe now. And it's getting in your head like that that sometimes leads to those rounds spiraling out of control.
It doesn't push Rez back, though. He's still fighting mid with the AK. Like, he looked really good. He was a top performer in that previous map. He was shutting down Bubsky and Pop. And so, I believed in Rez fighting there, but he just gets blown out by Dupree as well. And at that point, we've got 2B for NIP, thanks to that early banana control. And Twist, he only gets 1. If he finds any more there, then maybe NIP consider retaking that round, but not now, not today. Astralis building slow and steady into this one. Still no AWP. They had the option for it. They didn't take it. But 2 left for NIP. And so, yeah, it does just feel like a map dependent, right? We talk about this second AWP. Twist had it back on Train as the second. Hampus has it on Inferno. Now, that is position-based. Twist often plays this A site. And so you don't want to have him and Nork AWPing together, side by side, playing apps and short. It is nice having, like, Twist in a supporting role with his, counter AWPer. because he's been there before. He knows what that role contains, and he can assist Nork to the best of his ability with utility. Astralis have top banana. Rez has a quick rotation available with him already being safe in the spawn. NIP give away middle. They've been doing that frequently. The nades fly in. Good damage done to Plopsky. Down to 50 off of 2. That's only going to cool Rez here right now that NIP rather, no Astralis, have 3 up the top of B. That's enough info to make this gamble early.
Yeah, no smokes, no Molotovs, no nothing left outside of that one that gets dropped now. And that means that if Astralis wait, they're going to have about 20 seconds left to try and get into this site. And there's a huge gap in the corner of this. So that's like an invitation to a man like Device. He sees a gap in a smoke that big, he's moving in for the kill. Hampus back of the site, no problem putting up kills. And in with another is Hampus. Rez goes barreling in to help. And between the two of them, they lock in that round. It's a Swedish all-star showing there at the B bomb site. They get it back under control. Hampus's AWP is looking deadly as ever. Look at this. And he helps Rez out, like bails him out of a pretty certain death scenario, even with the flashbang. That player, look, Bobsky tries to come through the smoke to deal with Rez. And it's almost like an accidental bait and switch between the two of them. This is pretty brutal right now. NIP, quite the lead, looking very, very comfortable. The only rounds that they've had slip by the wayside so far have been these kind of cheese rounds from Astralis. One of them, of course, being that D round with Device getting the opening kill down through mid. Well, that, has just meant now NIP aren't giving up that early fight down through middle. They're not putting themselves in a position to get dealt with early on. And so they're just playing it safe back in the bomb sites. Their knowledge of when they should be rotating and when they should just hold their cards, right, has been stellar so far. There's really not been faltering. They've always been in the right place at the right time. And Astralis, these mind games that they're trying to play, they're the only ones playing right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. NIP, they're not subscribing to these fakes. They're always keeping 2 per and just having this float play of Rez as well. Hampus down banana, triple mollies again. One of them being from Astralis up top B, but nothing C. Oh, it's a close shot, but not quite. Hampus, he can go ahead of this Molotov if he wants and fight towards the half wall. Astralis are gaining territory, gaining ground. Hampus is not scared of it though. Oh boy, this could get messy. He's found S-Tag, and now the chance to back up as well. A second shot, his teammates in the corner. Astralis don't know, and now Plopsky can fire off. He's done so much damage on top of the first kill he gets, and there's the AWP shot to hit Magist down to 12. 2 players, low HP, missed smoke for Hampus. Astralis might abuse that. They're absolutely going to right into the bomb site. That was their only chance in this round, getting B while they have the pick, but jumping into the AWP of Hampus is not going to work, and Nork's got his through the smoke as well. Low HP on Magist, there's a gap in that smoke, and Hampus is waiting patiently. 3 for him. Nork not needed on this A site right now, as Hampus is stealing the limelight. This is such an incredible roster addition to this NIP squad. As good as Letgrow was for NIP, they even started the season at the beginning of the year by beating Astralis. That was our opening game of EPL Season 11, if you remember. They 2-0'd Astralis. They took them down on Overpass. They took them down on Vertigo. It wasn't even close. We put that down to Astralis, getting into the online stage. But now they might be getting out from it if NIP have their way, looking to eliminate them in the quarterfinals in a 2-0. We are early days, though. Astralis, this one's not done yet.
And this is what you got to give mad respect to a guy like Threat. Like, a lot of these decisions that he's been making, people have often questioned in the early stages, but I think, moving Twist off of the AWP role has been a stellar move in terms of getting even more out of Hampus, opening up the availability between him and Nork to don it. It's been great, but this round actually gets a bit interesting with that kill from Dupree. So let's focus on this. Rez, missed shot from Nork. Now Rez has got to do it solo. The Deagle of Dupree, in with 3. The A site now belongs to Astralis. Dupree. Anymore. No, he gets a little overzealous. Hampus takes the peek and shuts him down. Juggles the AWP out of there, and it might just be the save here. They retrieve both the AWPs. That, to me, screams save. You don't willingly go into this 2-on-3 in a double AWP retake. So even though they find a kill, even though they get it a little bit closer, it will just be the save. And I like this decision. You take the 2 mega expensive weapons out of the round with you. You hold on to that. And in terms of what Astralis managed to get out of this, you know, they get the bomb plant in a round where they were investing anyway in the next, so they've got plenty of money, but they don't get much in terms of weaponry. They're going to get away with an AK and an M4. The 2 orbs are saved. Bai comes back in for NIP in this round regardless. They had a lot more to lose from going for that retake than to gain.
Yeah, maybe Astralis should just play with the Deagles. Those are the 2 rounds, the last 2 rounds they've won off the back of dupreeh and Device. This one was pretty much just dupreeh. 3 entry kills into the A site. And Astralis just elevate the pace. That's what I wanted more of as well. As hard as it is against some of this utility from NIP, especially down Banana, Astralis just doubling down off the back of a pick would be so exciting. These guys are ferocious, but they have been throwing a lot of late rounds, a lot of fakes in, a lot of 10-second pushes, and NIP, we've already talked about, have not been falling for that. So do Astralis continue to play this heads-up style now that they've got guns?
Do we think Twist gets wallbang? Are we expecting the cheeky wall? Because dupreeh is the kind of guy to do it as well. He really is. We'll have to wait and see. We'll put a pin in that. Ooh.
I feel like you would have done it already.
I don't know, Hugo. dupreeh works in magical ways, but he is going to decide against it. Hops on down out of the apartments. That's going to be heard, right? With players boosted and playing this close short side setup, it's not really a mystery what's happening in this round. You've heard them leave the apartments. You're clearing mid. You've seen nothing is pushing. And so I imagine momentarily we're going to see Rez begin a rotation into that B site. Astralis stacked up outside of it. And NIP is still just holding 4 on A. This is going to leave Hampus all alone at this B bomb site to try and do it all with his orb. Utility raiding in. 35 seconds. He drops that Molotov to buy himself a little bit more time. Still has a smoke as well. That could be a disaster. That's going to come in now. And Astralis, they've got to go through this smoke. Now, luckily enough, no one is inside of the site to deny this presence. So it's a 5-on-5. This is a weird round.
Yeah, NIP, they've been burned before by that like fake in middle where they don't where Astralis hide and come out late, so they didn't want to early rotate. Nice shot from Hampus. It's traded though. NIP, they have all the utility in the world to retake. They have double mollies, they have triple nades, they can throw everything in, and so they'll start to line up the grenades to retake this one. Astralis with Magis close in the smoke. Oh dear, there's no flash pushing forward. He's waiting on the fade. Bubsky taking down Plopsky. They haven't cleared him, but Twist will. Nor can flash his teammate in. Bubsky's caught fighting Coffin. dupreeh now in the clutch. He's got 2. And the third. dupreeh shutting it down on his own. No deke needed. And Astralis only just getting it over the line. Oh boy. That one's a nail biter.
You can tell how much dupreeh wants this map, right? You can tell how much he wants that semi-final spot. He is showing up in spades right now. A 1v3 from him. Second 3K, of course. He was able to do the same with the Deagles just a round ago, rushing into that site over towards A. There's the force buy in from NIP, and Hampus is contesting Banana, but he is at this B site alone, so he's going to fall back and play a bit more passively. Utilities come in from his teammate, and so that leaves him with a smoke to deny too much aggression at B and buy a bit more time for the rest of the Swedes.
Yeah, the reason NIP, I love this as well, they're running the same setup because Astralis didn't see it last round. The reason they didn't rotate despite that utility is Astralis, before they committed, they threw 1 smoke CT. That's it. Almost like a fake, almost like a, trying to get the utility out of NIP. And NIP before have seen Astralis go for these late mid takes, and Rez has been caught on a long rotation trying to push down on the flank. So they don't want to, move away from their setup and then have Astralis catch them with their pants down. Instead, it's going to be the other way around as they set up. Rez might go through this smoke once his teammates make contact. There's so much attention to be drawn on short side. Good Molotov. There's no one to put it out either. The guns are out. Astralis, the brawl, and they get out ahead of it. Very nice stuff. Rez runs through long. He dies to Device, and it all comes crumbling down after. Astralis, they don't fall for the short side stack, and they will take the plant on A, even with Magis still at B to deny this save from Hampus. He might be coming in later in the round. Now, Astralis haven't built up money yet themselves, so don't want to throw all their bodies at the problem, but if Magis can take this kill out, it would mean NIP are full broke for that next round. T side's getting a little bit better, bit by bit, round by round. It's not NIP with a clean sweep that started this one. Uh-oh. Dinner bell's rung.
Campus on the menu, and Bubsky's hungry for it. 5 on the board. Astralis, as you say, Hugo, starting to come alive. It's sometimes, especially with a team like Astralis, all it takes is someone like dupreeh starting to come alive, starting to get you believing again, and then the rest of the squad slowly but surely fall in line. And that's where I think as well, having some young blood in the team is always going to help out, right? Even more eager, even more hungry to show why they're on this squad. Just pistols here for the NIP side. And so this should be a 6th round looming for Astralis. Lots of utility into B early on. So much, in fact, that Device able to take all this control with the rest of the team behind him. Now, the bomb is still down on T-Ramp. Gonna test the waters at B and see what they can get, but there's time to change their mind if they decide this isn't right for them. And actually,
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness. The USPs, the P250s, they almost did enough, but Magisk was waiting so patiently. And with just one bullet, he's put this back into a 3-on-3. Now the A play coming through from the rest of the gang. They haven't cleared out North, but S-Tag's going to do that. And they'll get the round locked in without even needing to get that bomb down. It's 6 on the board for Astralis.
That's such a common occurrence where you're on a full USP eco or with almost nothing as a CT, and you get those man advantages, and you feel so desperate that you need to pick up the guns, and there's already a T waiting to watch over them. Magisk doesn't move, he doesn't buckle, and he finds himself a double to keep Astralis in that round. You understand why NIP want the guns, right? Because if they get rushed by the last 3, they're probably still going to lose it, but unfortunately, that is their undoing. It's fine, though. They get damage, and now they're going to start pushing down middle. Twist, very aggressive setup. They're not ready for it. Bubsky running with his knife out away from the Molotovs. Nork's got the support, too. dupreeh gone, and this is a great answer from NIP. Not even letting Astralis have banana, not letting them have mid. Device is hidden, tucked down, half his size behind the wall. And S-Tag is stuck under as well. There's nowhere to go. They finally catch Twist. He hunts too much, but it's still a safe round for NIP. A 4-on-2. S-Tag getting flashed into mid will at least clear that one out. Banana's held by Device, but he is so low. He's one nade or a couple of shots away from death. Best call for Astralis here is to get that bomb and group, whichever side it is, try and trade their way to a win, but we are going to need someone to clutch huge, and that man pretty much has to be S-Tag.
At least at B, they can find solace in this 2-on-2. But what I will say is that both Hampus and Plopsky, the 2 players here, have smoke grenades left. And so the moment they catch wind of what they think could be this play, they'll be able to smoke off the choke point. Now, S-Tag is moving over towards top mid. Device is left to move towards this B site to try and draw rotations. And it has shuffled around the players on A, but if Device falls,
oh no,
this A lurk is going to struggle to get much done, and it pounces already dealing with res. Device just backs out, keeps himself alive. That could prove critical as long as S-Tag is able to get into A, and he is. So now they still have this 2-on-2 open, thanks to Device not overextending. Hampus tries to pick up the pace. Now he's here, fighting in the site alone, but he deals with S-Tag. It falls onto Device. Last spotted over at B. He could be anywhere. Smoke on the bomb. Device moving in. Plopsky from behind the boxes locks in the round for NIP as they get an 8th on the board. Plopsky with the double to get them there.
Yeah, that's the same call that Astralis made back on train where they had the same 2 players in that 2-on-4, Device and S-Tag. S-Tag in that round, he hit B and Device took the bomb pop to take the A site. I didn't think NIP would fall for that. Not once because they've been burned before, and twice because they've been so good and not falling for these fakes from Astralis. They've just been waiting for the bomb. One player has never been enough to draw a rotate for NIP, but they run down mid, or at least try to, and get caught by S-Tag's lurk. At that point, the bomb's been seen, and S-Tag, I have no idea how he wins that second fight to get the plant, but great job. It's given Astralis the money for the last of the half. No warps in this one either. Astralis has not been keen to pick that up on the T side, even when available to them. Oh, chunky little grenade. This is a massive round as well. If Astralis find it, then this is, going over the barrier of a good half. If not, then good will do, or have to, if they want to get to those semis. Up Banana they go, looking for the full early B execute. NIP entrenched inside of the A site, as they often have been. No mid info, and Astralis are going to use that to their advantage. An early B execute. Oh, the coffin nades, is that what we're seeing for Astralis? They love to use these. Well, they're throwing them towards CT instead. Hampus, is he going to get caught? A little bit of damage, he's down to 39. Astralis raining down death from above the roof onto this B bomb site, and now they're going to hit the go button.
Yeah, while this has been happening, dupreeh was lurking on A to keep players there. More damage dealt onto Plopsky. His time on this earth might be limited, and Device is going to catch him. Hampus struggling to do anything, right? With these smokes down, he's not going to have much of a say in the round. NIP, they're going to have to set up for a 4-on-5 retake. Hampus is just stuck in this smoke. He's trying to make a play happen. The Device spams him down. NIP really up against it, and with dupreeh still yet to activate this flank in through the A bomb site, he could be the difference maker if this round wasn't already decided. S-Tag nailing another, and now dupreeh coming in. There it is, they're pincered, they're locked down, and it will be the finishing round for Astralis, who managed to find another. This half, very, very close, just like Train, but this time it's Astralis trying to take us the distance. Can we get there, or will this be NIP picking it up in two? Join us after a break to find out.
Left in my head, my mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black, as the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to Oh, you bring me to Now you bring me I stopped on my side, tried to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. But she bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Oh, you bring me to life.
Well, just moments ago, Astralis lost their first map here at ESL One Cologne, and now on Inferno, their map pick, they've got 7, NIP lead the way with 8, and potentially the Astralis run in the Cologne playoffs could come to a very abrupt end unless they're able to pick up the pieces on the CT side of their map. Pig. Pistol round could decide a hell of a lot here, Hugo.
Oh, yeah, and Astralis, they've gone Classico with it. Look at the grenades, 3 HEs, 2 smokes, got the CZ on Bubsky as well. Time to shine for the Danish side. NIP, same story, right? Plenty of util, and they play it passive. They wait to see if Astralis bring in that aggression down mid, as we often do see on these pistol rounds. Ooh, could be a Logs double nade that could have caught players, but NIP are beginning to move up, and here come the utility. Actually, nothing with it. That is underwhelming for Astralis. They're not going to be happy with that one. Unfortunately, they won't know. And NIP are going to have the chance to just execute into a 5-on-2 here. In a round with pistols, this is going to be a very hard hold for Astralis. They have some grenades, but they need to go in now.
Yeah, coffin nades don't find anything. And it's a smoke push for NIP if they do want to commit. S-Tag in the back of the site. All the pressure is on S-Tag now to try and hold on, and they are swarming him down. He gets bested right away. Magisk, while he does follow up with one, that is it. The remaining 3 for Astralis pouring in through CT. They've got a tall task ahead of them in this oh-so-important pistol round. And as they're trying to recompose, as they're trying to move in, their numbers are getting thinned out. Device and Dupree left in this one. Plopsky draws the attention of Device in and nails the shot, just leaving it onto Dupree. Now, he's had many a 1v3, but this one is asking too much of him. NIP, the pistol round goes their way. They get a 9th, and now they're in a very, very good spot. This is where things get scary for Astralis fans all around the world.
Yeah, and they've come out in full force. We saw those fan cams, right? We saw how many Danish flags were in play. NIP, I like that call. What they do is they throw the 2 HE grenades towards Coffin. They have 2 smokes, but one of them's able to be saved for the post plant. If no kill comes in on Coffin, you know a CT's not playing it. And so they just throw in the CT smoke. They save their Coffin smoke for the retake, and they cut off Dupree, forcing Device through 1 choke point into 2 Ts. That's a nice way of isolating your jewels. And Astralis, no retake. They'll go in with a force in the second. Oh, Bubsky, he spotted them. Bit of team damage, but nothing noteworthy. The grenade falls short. There's a second. Okay, a little bit better, but still no dice right now. Astralis moving a third towards the B bomb site. Scared of an execute to come through early as it did in the previous round. It's always a risk of running 2B. They double peek, they get some info, they spot 2, but no bomb in sight. It's left down the bottom and middle. There's Device, we were waiting for it. The Deegs for Astralis have bailed them out of so many rounds in the first half of this map. Hampers, hello, he is creepy crawled up towards Cart, but Device is checking it. He ain't falling for your antics. And now NIP 3 up. No guns to be retrieved for Astralis. They're kind of out of your reach right now. They've got to win the fight still with pistols.
Oh, and this time Device gets bested. It's all onto Dupree at the site alone. 5-7 chimes in with 1, but he's backed into a corner. 3-on-2, man advantage still with Astralis, unless Bubsky were to give that fight over. So he just falls back and waits for his team to arrive in rotation. NIP trying to hold on to this site. These pistols pose a real threat the closer they get. Nork down in pit, trying to bail his teammate out and put a stop to this short push. Now an AK's been retrieved. Magisk wins his fight, and Bubsky follows up. Astralis, they steal it away with the pistols. 8 on the board now as they look to make this second half competitive as ever.
Huge kills for Device here as well to open up, right? Not just getting the first man in apartments, but Hampers snuck up. No one even realized for so long. Astralis were leaning towards B with 3, and their long player couldn't see him either, missed the timing. So yeah, that could have fallen apart if Hampers took the site or the pit, but Device, he checks below him, he looks at his tippy toes, and yeah, he catches him. Nice call. And the pistols, they do it all for Astralis. These ecos have been, honestly, the saving grace in this series for this Danish side. But will it push them over the line? Is now they've got to get NIP's pistols out of their hands. Deegs and a scout on Nork. Bubsky lining up a mid-flash. Dupree peeks with it, but he doesn't go wide. He doesn't check the ramp as NIP are holding from that exact position. Slow and steady for NIP. Hoping Astralis are the ones to give them a fight, make a mistake, but that's rarely seen. And if NIP win this, it can begin the force by wars that we saw back on train that only favored the ninjas in the end of things. Looking like a full B execute. They've got 2 smokes for it. S-Tag and Magis, the B-hole players, got to put up a fight.
They're about to get challenged in a very big way. You can see S-Tag is waiting with this smoke, but already NIP, they're through it. They've run the gauntlet, and they get Rez slipping on by into CT. Astralis don't seem aware of this, and so Rez could do some real damage. S-Tag trying to hold on, but he's never aware. Swept out of the sight by Rez, and now looking to continue his reign of terror. Rez in with another quick switch out to the M4. Does get bested by Bubsky, 2-on-3. And this was just pistols once again for the NIP boys. On the other side of things, it's new meets old, but down goes Bubsky, and Dupree left in an undoable round. He's given us many a 3K here on Inferno, but this one is just asking too much of him. He's going to play it safe and hold on it to this Galil.
Rez, man, he makes such a good call, not just slipping into CT, as you say, and flanking S-Tag. It's important that NIP wait for him there. They give him the room to get in position. They don't die early. That's a call he's making, just don't die. Dupree, he's killing everyone right now, and he will get out with all 3, but he's not going to stop the round. NIP take 10. And then after Rez, right, after he kills S-Tag at the back of the site, he beats Device on that rotation, on that timing, and he tucks in the left side of Ruins. Device still thought he was coughing, and so Rez gets 2 kills for his position. Even buys some more time before he gets traded. You see how unready Device is for that engagement. It's down to Bubsky to get the kill back, but it doesn't really matter. Astralis, they may make it costly, but we already talked about the force buy wars. NIP, they can lose everyone in that round and still be happy. It's going to cost them, though. 3 SMGs in this one, but Astralis aren't exactly full out on head armor either, so these MAC-10s become a lot more viable.
Yeah, I'm actually scared for Magisk here. No head armor, as you say. Doesn't matter. The AK is the first thing to make contact. Smoke drop by S-Tag. And he will drop Plopsky on the other side of it. While this is happening, the rest of Astralis have pushed the apartments. And this is huge, right? There's 2 ways you win this round. Either you win your fights or you get the info to make these smart rotations. And on the back of having a man now so deep behind enemy lines, Bubsky, he's not. The only downside is he's not in a spot where he can see if they're coming back at all. And so actually that doesn't free up a rotation from Dupree. He's going to chance it anyway. He's going to rotate over. And Bubsky will continue the flank. So he arrives a little bit faster than NIP are maybe ready for. That still means though that these players in the site have got to stand the test of time. And Twist just runs through the smoke, blindsides Dupree. And Bubsky, we've been waiting all round to see if this flank could find anything for the Danes. In the 1v3, the flash into Banana, they are ready for it. Twist down in pool, first point of contact. Bubsky missing the initial spray, and there's the kill for NIP. This is where things are scary. There's no money left for Astralis. The Danes have got to take an eco round here, and that likely gives over a 12th to NIP. Let's remember, Astralis, they came through the group stage, not dropping a single map. They looked so damn good. But now, in the playoffs, where it really matters most, there's no second chances. If you lose this, you are gone, and NIP continue. They're a map down, they're behind on their map pick, and they've got no money left. This is Astralis with their backs against the wall.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they show when they're in this position. This is the first time they're here with this roster. All the pressure on them. NIP looking beautiful right now on this T side. Their B crunches have been excellent, and Astralis just haven't been stacking that site at all. Now they're stacking A. It's at least the right call to make, but NIP are outgunning them, outnumbering them, pushing up towards the short side. Bubsky, he's hidden in Boiler. Mollies are down on either side, so NIP are given the room. Oh, he gets spotted. Oh, Twist. He should be ready for that. Pushing into ult, and Hampus is holding it. So good communication, NIP. Don't let that flank come through. Bubsky thought he found a timing, but his back was spotted. And up long they go with that arch smoke. Astralis, they just concede the B site. They know it's a great shot from Nork. Pinpoint accuracy to the head of Dupree. And Device hidden at the back of the site. I'm really just looking for positives here. No kills are coming through. There's one from Device, but it's going to be quickly traded. NIP, they don't let this one falter. S-Tag in a clutch that's far past his pay grade at this point. And NIP, 12 rounds as predicted. No hitches, no issues. And no need for this AWP either. That's still up the sleeve of NIP. Who needs the AWP when Nork's hitting shots like that?
Oh, synchronized drink in there. That's how you know you're all on the same page. Astralis, they've got this buy, but if this one slips by the wayside, then this could be them done, right? The money runs out. They are fully invested into this round. And being on the CT side and needing to make this comeback happen is such a tough spot to be in. You need the money. You need these rounds, and you need them cleanly if you're Astralis. NIP, they try and change the pace, and while Dupree does get one, that is all for his troubles. Goes down immediately after it. Mid-control taken, and faltering is Device. Fast flank from S-Tag on the cards, and an early rotation from Magisk. S-Tag going to open up with that. And now Bubsky trying to hold from the apartments. Gets himself another. Nork all alone. Trying to hold on to the A site. Looking to get the bomb down, but Magisk denies it. 9 on the board for Astralis. They need to claw their way back into this game. And slowly but surely, they might be getting there.
Yeah, NIP though, you know they got a lot more tricks up their sleeve though. These B executes have been excellent. They try one faster round towards A, almost getting the bomb plant, not quite. They might just go back to this B bomb site, hoping Astralis have the utility to at least deny that, because that was such a problem for them in the first half. Even getting into Banana, well, that was denied early. We haven't seen these triple B early setups for Astralis. They've just been going for 2, which has been a bit of a problem in the past, but now their Molotovs are in their hands and well placed. They deny that presence. NIP don't care. It's one dude throwing a molly and the rest of them hitting a hard. Device has to fall off. Dupree's already spotted them. NIP, they're just running it back. They're just rinsing and repeating, and they're going to find the opening kill as well. Double down for Plopsky. That A site is being lost. S-Tag on a quick flank, but the Deeg shuts him down, and that opens up parts, options for NIP. If they want to back up, they can. Still looking for a pick into the A site. Magisk is spamming from Library, drawing the attention. Device tucked inside of the site. They are going to check it. They've already spammed the wall. They're looking for him, and only one for Device. Leaves Magisk in a clutch. He's got to lead by example. First kill, bomb plant. The spray is good, but the double peek is here, and NIP do not let him get out alive. The pressure from this Swedish side, just immediate executions, not waiting around for Astralis. And they are stealing rounds away. 13 here. Astralis win 1. They are immediately reset.
And this is where things don't change soon. Another Astralis Cologne playoff run could be cut short. This time by the Swedes of NIP. Magisk first to fall over at the top of Banana. S-Tag here to try and pick up the pieces, and there's a lot of bodies on the other side. Deeg out, not good for anything, and the B site now belongs to NIP. They can move in, they're uncontested. There's no say from Astralis in this round anymore. And so 14 locked in, guaranteed, or at least it very well should be. You've got 3 USPs left to worry about.
Yeah, what's great about the last 2 rounds for NIP is they do really fast A rushes, and so that almost conditions Astralis to go, okay, we can't run this 3-man setup towards B early. Not that they were doing it anyway, but that only confirms their suspicions because of how fast NIP were taking this A site. And then immediately, off the back of those 2 rounds, only one of them being won, they go right back into a B execute. And again, Astralis only have 2 here. It's an eco regardless, so they weren't really up for the task. But that just makes it even harder. That makes it even worse.
The other thing as well, right, with these pushes coming in so damn quickly and the money never being there for Astralis, moving into what could be their final buy round here at ESL One Cologne, if they don't turn this around, their utility has to come out right away. That's kind of the precedent that NIP have set, right? If you're not mollying us off, if you're not smoking, if you're not doing something to slow us down, we will take the territory away from you. And so that's going to force Astralis to have to be very, very liberal with this nade use. And that's not going to leave them for much the longer these rounds go on. Device bringing the AWP out. First time we've seen him donning it. Is that a difference maker? Is that going to be enough? It's a spray from Magisk to secure the first and a bit more damage downrange. Device rotates early and apartments secured by Dupree and Bubsky. Gives up that early rotation, gets information for Astralis. It's something to work with.
It wasn't being watched last time, but this time, Twist is hanging around on the bridge, checking this on a timing. Bubsky, he waited here last time until he knew it was a B play, but again, it's a gamble. This is a big risk from Astralis. Right now, it's looking like the right call, though. Moving a third over towards B, the flash up top Banana, and Bubsky might need to move soon, because he's going to be left on his own if Astralis loses sight. Three-man setup, though. No Molotovs to stop this T-side execute either. NIP throw one smoke to feign a fight, to feign a commitment, hoping that will force out a molly, but all this does is show that Astralis have none left. They don't even have anyone dropping a smoke. Guns out for everyone, and NIP are going fast.
This is it for Astralis. If this round doesn't go their way, Cologne could be over. They're going to have nothing left, and so this hold matters so much. They deal with it well. Dupree and Magis coming alive. Rez has once again wrapped in through CT. He gets past Dupree on this offensive. No one has any idea. Bubsky's even clearing out Banana. They are wondering, where has Rez gone? The Phantom Menace here emerging, but no one is giving up a fight. Bubsky's going to spot it, and Dupree is there to lock it in. Another 3K from that man keeps Astralis in this game a little bit longer.
Yeah, and NIP, they don't know, right? We've got all the vision, we got all the view. We know that Bubsky's getting this info and clearing out second apps and going through on these big flanks, and as a result, Astralis are allowed to stack this B site. They're more aware. It is a gamble, though, leaving alt mid open, leaving all that control back for NIP to take. And so if they start to work that out, considering how fast this Banana flank has been in the last two B executes, then they might start to realize and go back up through mid. That could be the killing blow of Astralis if Threat and Co work it out, but yet to realize it, walking into multiple B stacks here. A quick break in the action for NIP. They know this one is within reaching distance, but at the same time, Astralis are looking to grind rounds right back into their own. That was a scary spray from Magisk as well, right? He gets that trade after S-Tag dies up top B, but he continues to put 30 bullets downrange through the smoke. Your traces are always going to give you up there. We regularly see T's spam back and win that fight. But Magisk, he does so much damage. It's finished off. It's capitalized by Dupree and Co. And double digits now for Astralis. They're not out of this game yet. Look at those rounds. Stranded, one, and then the reset every single time. If that pattern repeats itself, if NIP come back in with a killing blow, not only is that going to be cause issues for Astralis' economy, but that's map and series point here. That's semi-final point for NIP. Just one away from it. The guarantee of overtime at a bare minimum. We say Inferno is how all good series ends, but that's often on the third map. Astralis don't want it to end here and now. Not in a 2-0 fashion.
And this is where I want to be able to look towards guys like S-Tag, guys like Bubsky, who we know can make the difference, being the new faces on this squad. I would love to have this storyline of these two stepping up when it matters most, because they are sat down bottom of the board right now, along with the rest of the gang. Dupree is very much having to lead the charge for Astralis. NIP, back towards B they go. They send Twist this time deep into middle to try and get this apps under control for the Swedes. They piece together that these flanks have been their undoing in a few of these rounds. Rez up through Banana, gets close, and that molly tag has been heard. Hidden behind the half wall. Magis spraying, the flash is good. Rez didn't capitalize, didn't jump the gun. Instead, silence at Banana. Astralis fall back into this site. They are feeling the pressure right now, and nobody wants to be the first man to fall. NIP setting up with nades over here towards A. Vice responds with a bit of damage of his own. This bomb is still at T ramp. It's still looking like this is an A fake, looking to end at B. Bomb's been retrieved now by Twist, and they're going to commit Hampus into this site over at the A side of the map to just cause chaos. CT smoke goes down, but Device is holding it. That's a sitter. Now the utility goes down at B. They've got to go through that smoke, and Magisk waits naded and then finished off by Rez. All the pressure now falling onto S-Tag. If there ever was a time to show up, it is now. He's just trying to buy time for Device to move in at the coffins. Astralis, they molly out S-Tag, but it's a little too shallow. And for Rez and Nork, Rez gets behind enemy lines again, but this time he can't get anything done from this position. They know his whereabouts. They know what's going on. NIP, there's no time in the round, and Device coming alive with 3. Astralis onto 11. They're looking to make this comeback happen.
Even though NIP do a great job of keeping 3 at A, Device, the perfect rotation. He hangs around on Arch, he kills Hampers, he gets into that B site immediately. And even though NIP find that opening kill, S-Tag, Device is calling to him, don't peek, don't do anything, just wait, or have your cross, they can't kill you. And Device drops the bomb deep in the site there for NIP. They can't retrieve it. They rely on Rez, but again, the time is their undoing, as it often has been for Rez in these late round clutches. Broken now are NIP, at least economically. They got nothing to show for in this round. Astralis picking them up by the legs, dangling upside down, and letting the cash fall from their pockets. Hampus, he barely leaves the T-ramp, naded down by S-Tag to start the round, and Astralis, they haven't even needed to take banana control. They've been battling just with spam through the smoke. This time they push down. This allows a fast mid-flank if NIP elevate the pace. They've still got Twist watching for this one, though. And Bubsky isn't giving up any Apex anytime soon, just spotting and smoking. NIP given mid. But where do you go with it? What do you do with it? And when? Because Astralis aren't giving you a lot of gaps. Another molly coming in. The grenade could be profitable. And very nice damage done. Device. They're a one-shot anyway, but now they really are a one-shot. So is he. Down to 35 to Dink, and NIP get control of the spawn. That's going to peel S-Tag away. We're just trying to clear out middle. Oh, he's got Twist dead to right, and he has no idea. Tapped in the back of the head. Now the B-Rap, it's stopped. It is shaken. NIP don't know where to go, and they're going to commit, but S-Tag is ready for this, and he hears the footsteps.
Yeah, and you've just seen Magis pushing mid. They weren't ready for S-Tag, who has the round locked in for Astralis. 4 there for him. 12 on the board for the Danes, a reinvestment for NIP. But this is where Astralis wanted to be. They've got a buffer, they've got money, they've got cash built up. On trying to make this comeback happen, they needed some flawless rounds, and they've delivered them in these last 2. And now this economic pendulum has swung back the way of NIP, and it's them investing down to the very last drop. Starting off with some aggression over here towards B for the Swedes. Tucked into the corner is S-Tag. No flashes ready to come up here for Plopsky. Actually, that's what Nork's looking to throw in for him. Rez is also going to lob one up over the half wall. Plopsky going to go in with the flashbang. Tries to get ahead of it, but S-Tag is already on the angle. Man advantage taken. Astralis now looking more comfortable than ever.
That flash missed. Rez was jumping because he couldn't see above the smoke where to throw it, and it hit the top of the roof. It blinds his teammate who turns, and it doesn't get anyone for Astralis in the back of B. So that's unfortunate. The deep smoke from Astralis denies the utility back for NIP, and they go with it anyway, but it will come to cost them. A man early and a gun gone. And one of the dudes who's been doing so much of the heavy lifting in this series, Plopsky, found and removed. Astralis have no reason to rotate off of A. Still 3 here. Execute smokes lined up. Long, covered. But Astralis, they've been giving middle away most of these rounds on the CT side regardless. Deep grenade, nice stuff. Does a lot of damage. Device's utility has been really good, and he's going to throw another nade in towards short. It follows up onto Rez. There is no escaping. Like magnets, Twist. He's going to find the entry. Dupree in the back of the graveyard. He's going to be put into a coffin, and Device on the site has got a lot to answer for. The flick, and the pistol's out. He can't close the round. Nork now given a chance, and he's grabbed his weapon of choice.
Up on Nork, this is scary. Nork knows where one of these players are at least. They're already pushing in. He's got to be flawless, and they're just wrapping him. They execute Nork. They lock in the round. 13 for Astralis is solidified, but with a bomb plant, with loss bonus building up, a reinvestment can come through for NIP. This game on its last legs, and it's got to end with one of these teams taking it.
You say that, Harry, it's got OT written all over it at the same time, right? Astralis, they've either got to pull the full comeback, or NIP just desperately trying to grab out of thin air a round to solidify them bonus. Sat at 14, 4 in a row for Astralis. All the money again, and another eco for NIP. Do they try a faster hand? Astralis have not made it easy in middle, right? They've given them this control, but they've taken damage with excellent grenades. That's what we come to know and love from Astralis, and it hasn't left despite the roster changes. B conceded for both sides. Astralis are passive, ready to swing if NIP take top banana, but they have no interest. They're looking for another apps crawl. The bomb in middle. So many grenades, so much utility for NIP to execute on this site as well. So what have they got in store for us?
Well, this time Young Gun Bubsky is down in the pit. He's been playing up on balcony a hell of a lot, and the results just haven't been there. This time, him and dupreeh have got to try and go above and beyond.
Boy.
They're already close, and Bubsky falls. Twist in with another. dupreeh, the only man left standing in this A site, and he is hung out to dry, having to play this on 4 points of health all alone. His teammates trapped on the other side of that long smoke, and dupreeh dealt with the pistols here, trying to get NIP over the line, but the bomb plant is denied, and that gives precious time away to Astralis, forces NIP's hand. They're looking for kills that just aren't being given to them. Bomb snatched up by Nork. Twist landing a dink as well. It comes down to this. This round decides so much, it feels like. The pistol's almost doing it for NIP, and Twist is in with another S-tag now. He's got to step up. He's got to deliver through the smoke. Shots flying in. He doesn't know where Nork resides. He is hoping that chance goes his way, and nothing has presented itself yet. S-tag him with the peek. They know where he is. They've got him trapped. A horrible spot to be in. He tries to swing wide. They're looking for the double peek, and Twist is just being a nuisance down in the pit. S-tag, time is of the essence. He needs the kills, and he needs them now. They're not given over. It's 15 for NIP. Map series semi-final point on the line on the back of the pistols. Just one away from removing Astralis from Cologne.
And it may have been exactly what got Astralis so many rounds on the T side, right? These pistols, these low economies, the Deagles, but it's the P250 for Twist that pushes them one step ahead. Rez, he almost gets caught, right? dupreeh makes a really good play of dropping the smoke on the graveyard stairs and hiding behind it. He can't get spotted. Rez takes him down, goes for the plant, gets off it, takes a fight and loses the bomb. It feels like at that point, Astralis, the scales have tipped in their favor and they can start to put the pressure on or just wait for a bomb plant. Dear oh dear, fight's not given to S-tag in the post plant either. He waits out the smoke, and NIP wait out the time. 15-13. It's all here to play for right here, right now. Astralis, they've got the money for it. They've got the AWP on device that has come alive in the CT side, but Nork has bought one of his own. Again, the double B. Astralis, they don't want to be burned by another one of these fast A plays from NIP, but it's fast up the banana instead. Popsky with a pick over the roof, or over the logs rather, taking down Magisk. That is not the start Astralis needed, and they are scrambling for a rotate as well, conceding banana, and devices come back towards this B bomb site. Bubsy's gone on this push. This has netted him so much control, but this time Twist is ready for it, and he's not going to let Bubsky go over the line. 5-on-3, NIP in control, looking at that semi-final spot. Astralis' map pick is falling by the second.
Just now, the brains behind this operation has to just try and lead the team and watch with his palms sweating as Astralis try and recover this 3-on-4 to stay alive. They go ahead of the molly.
No.
Device, he's got to do a lot. He's in the B site all alone. S-tag is still on rotation back in CT. Device, what can he do? Over goes Plopsky. S-tag through the smoke is only good for one. And dupreeh, he's given us many, many clutches. He's got to try and recover this round for Astralis. NIP, they are stood on the finish line, and dupreeh is all that stands between them and semi-finals. Peek out from Hampus, they know where he is. Orps on the line. dupreeh shut down by Rez. NIP get it done in two. They're going to the semis, and they send Astralis home.